podcast now. I mean, I have to do all the sharing and all this stuff myself, so you guys are gonna have to talk amongst each others.
No, it's all good in the hood, man.
So
I just saw Eddie in his underwear.
You just saw Eddie in his underwear? I
Yes.
bet you that's an awesome sight.
I'll bet that's a treat.
I've only for a week, so anything.
I just saw Eddie in his underwear. That's good. I've seen Eddie in his with a squeegee stuck in his butt cheeks.
Right.
So nothing new there.
I think that's when I first kind of got to know Eddie. I actually called him like, dude, is that really you? That's not superimposed. He's like, no, the wife took it. And I'm like, holy shit. That's like the shot heard around the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Legendary.
Legendary. Hello, Mom.
Hey, Mary.
My mommy's watching. How cool is that? What's up, everybody? Sa, dude. Yeah, we're Sethless and Jacobless tonight.
Going back to basics. But
we're going old school. We're going old Mark and TJ podcast here.
Yep.
Kicking it old school.
I'm good with that.
I'm all right with that. We don't even need those guys. Let's just kick them off the show, Mark.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, screw them.
So, Mike.
Sir.
Your trip down, you spent, what, a full day or so with Jacob?
I think I spent an evening and a full day with Jacob, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I seen y'all did a video at, looked like a closed-down restaurant or something.
It was as soon as I show up, he's like, man, I got to clean this Burger King. And
yeah. Meanwhile, he comes out of the back stuffing a bunch of Whoppers down his pants. Grab a squeegee and clean that drive-through. I got my meal.
All I know is Jacob does not detail. That's all I know.
Yeah. Well, you know, Mike, if a company is I know you're a mix, but residentially you definitely are more of a detail fanatic than commercial is more than splash and dash for the most part. But if you're good at what you do, you can get the detail in the same amount of time someone wiping everything down, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that you made a pit stop up there. That was cool to include Jacob in I called it the whore tour. You know, who knows who else Mike's going to see on his way home. You know, got a lot of states to cover there. You know, so.
Well, his lady got us a place there on the beach for the night, and it was really nice. So,
cool.
And he went and gathered up a fishing pole so I could do some surf fishing.
There you go.
That was a lot of fun. But got to meet his son and clean some windows with him. And Zane jumped in there. We knocked it out, and it was a nice trip. They bought a house, and I guess he's moving furniture today. He was wanting me to come back up and help him move.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen.
No, those days of moving furniture. There's probably nothing worse other than painting. Inside of someone's house. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of.
Nope.
I'm not a fan of moving. I got even moving myself. I don't like doing.
Right.
I'm just not. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Nope.
The only thing I'm interested in moving is my bowels. Other than that, leave me alone.
Every morning at 8:30.
Yeah, there you go.
8:30, he says. Yeah, this is like the last podcast of February, so that means next week will be the first week of Mark's March Madness, so that's going to be cool.
All high rise all month.
All high rise all month on the podcast, so every guest all month in the month of March will be a high rise person or a person that has something to do with high rise, so that's cool.
Yep.
And then also in March, I've got 3 new one-on-one with T-Squeegees. One with Mario Chavez. I got one, and then I got one with Luke the Window Cleaner. And then I've got one with Joshua Schoaf. So There's 3 cool interviews coming up in March. I got some new
Yeah.
designs that are about to hit the web page in March, or the website in March. So some new T-shirt designs and hoodie designs are coming out in March. And here in a few days, most likely the first next week, right after the podcast, or maybe Friday, I'm going to post a pre-order for Squeegee Life hats. We got Squeegee Life hats. So,
Nice.
but I'm going to do pre-orders on them. I'm just going to buy as many as people. We're not making no money off of this. We're not making any money off the hats. This is just so dudes can have Squeegee Life hats. Should be cool. Like I said, you just pay for the hat and the shipping, and it's yours. I get
Awesome.
nothing. I don't even get gas money.
Yep.
I get nothing.
Yep. You just go online and order from the website, and they show up at your house.
No,
Correct.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post my PayPal or my Venmo, and you just Venmo the cash, and you'll be put into the kitty. The hat maker will get all your cash, and then I'll get the hats, and then it'll most likely be 3 colors. It'll probably be black, gray, and probably like a sandy tannish, something like that. Way it kind of that way it kind of matches everybody's. It's easy to match whatever the hell kind of gear you're wearing.
Yeah.
But it'll be one design now, and then the next. So what I'm gonna do is do series of the hats. So it'll be this design, and then the next design will be something else, and the next, you know what I mean. So it won't be the same hat every time. It'll be
Yeah.
a different Squeegee Life design on a hat each time we do a hat. So
Nice.
yeah. So
I'm interested in March hat.
That's my window.
that's a pretty cool hat.
The window guys.
I mean,
The
I don't
window
know.
guys showed up in
I don't know.
Palm Beach.
I don't know who those window guys are, but I'm sure they probably look good in bib overalls, no T-shirt.
Well, it's only a matter of time before I change this hat into it says the window gaze.
That's what Jacob calls me.
Yeah.
Actually, Jason, I'm going to. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off there, Jason. I'm actually going to talk to Josh. I'm most likely going to, at some point this spring, I'm going to get up there and spend maybe a day with Josh shooting some video like I did with Craig on Saturday. I spent the day with Craig. That was a really good time. Actually, and also
You
I
spent
forgot.
6 months with Craig one day.
Yeah, I've actually got a one-on-one with Craig as well too. I forgot all about that. So March is going to
Nice.
be dope for that. So
Yeah.
so yeah, man. If you're
Keep it
watching
up.
this, give us a like, guys. We got 2 people that have liked this. That's crazy.
Right?
You guys don't
And
even
I'm
like
one of
us
them.
anymore.
I'm
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm the second like, so that's great.
Yeah.
So what were you saying, Mike? I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, I don't know if people in Florida just stare at each other or they just stare at me while I'm down here. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
They're not used to that. They're not used to that kind of man. You know what I mean? Like a real manly man. They're not used to that, dude.
I don't think they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah. Like a Yeti.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. There's the Squeegee Life's keychains are back in stock at windowcleaner.com.
Yes,
Mark
they are.
Mark finally got done hacking those things up.
I gotta tell you, I got it down to as much of a science as I can, and people go, it's a piece of channel with a keychain on it. But that's true. You could make one in 15 minutes, but when you make 150 of them, it's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? So I get everything cut. I get everything in a jig. I drill everything. Then I put the rubbers in it, cut the rubbers, drill the rubber, install the key ring. I mean, there's a little more to it. I did 150. It took me about 8 hours. Not non-stop, but 8 hours they were done.
So I need to ask. This Ramon Riviera dude keeps saying I'm not coming in live. Can you guys help me out with that?
I don't know who that is.
Can you guys? Is anybody watching the podcast right now can tell me what he means by I'm not coming in live?
Yeah,
Am I not coming in live, guys? Is my live not working? Am I not coming in live? Help me out, guys. What's wrong with me?
It almost looks like you're frozen, TJ. No, you're moving. You're not frozen.
I feel like I'm live.
Yeah.
I feel alive.
Look alive to me.
I look alive. Zane doesn't look alive. Do I look alive, Zane?
Zane, does he look live? He looks live, yeah. I'd say
All right, thank you, Zane.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, buddy. We are one pressure washing toxic masculinity. Yes, that's what this podcast is all about. Toxic masculinity.
Yes.
Just masculinity.
Yeah. No, it's toxic.
No
Yes.
foo-foo boys.
No foo-foo boys here.
No betas.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing great. But yeah, so I mean, March is gonna be awesome. We're gonna have some super awesome window cleaning guests, all about high rise. March Madness, all month of March. It's gonna be all high rise dudes that live on the edge. Yep. We got Fletcher. We got Mike Arosa. We got
Mike Draper.
We got
Jeffrey
Scott. And then at the very end of the month, we have Steve-O the Window Cleaners coming on. At the very end of March, the very last guest of March will be Steve-O the Window Cleaner. We are killing it right now. Right. Then we've got Squeegee 101 next week will be Mario Chavez. The week after that will be Luke the Window Cleaner. The week after that will be what do you want to call? What's that guy's name? Craig Henzenzel from Craig Henzenzel. And then after that will be Joshua Schoaf. So we got some stuff going on here, fellers. We got some new designs getting ready to pop up on the website, some new t-shirts for spring, and finally Squeegee Life hats where you'll be able to pre-order yourself a Squeegee Life hat. It's going to be dope. The 2023 is the year of Squeegee Life. We got the Squeegee Life sponsored by windowcleaner.com. Window Cleaner of the Year, Frank Rave. This is, I mean, I don't know what to say. We are one pressure washing and hopefully good weather in Ohio. Yeah, dude, it was 60 today, which was really nice, and then now it's going to be 28 tomorrow.
Wow.
So yeah, that's going to be great.
Wow.
It's going to be an awesome month of March. I'm going to have some really cool stuff coming for the Patreon guys. I've been editing. I'm doing my very best. This is going to be the very best editing of video I've ever done.
Nice.
Yes. So you guys are going to see some pretty super dope behind the scenes Squeegee documentary going on. It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope.
Nice.
I had a meltdown the other day. I caught it all on camera. A complete meltdown. You guys are going to love it. It was so funny, it made me laugh. I was laughing at myself. I'm like, what an idiot, dude. I had a complete meltdown.
Did somebody switch your Ungo 0 degree for a Mormon?
Bushes, man. Bushes, dude.
Oh, yeah.
The bushes, man. The bushes. Yeah. Oh, my God, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a meltdown in a bush. How many new rigs did Josh get? Do you know? All I know is he has got the one van. That's all I know. Just one van. He's got a pretty big van. Big enough for a new skid.
Yeah.
85 gallon.
So no, Lainey didn't edit it. No, she didn't. She's I'm actually, and this is another thing I want to tell you guys. The Squeegee Life podcast is also going to be available in audio form again. I have tried for months now to get the name switched on iTunes to the Squeegee Life podcast. It's still what this show used to be called, the Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio Show. It's still that on iTunes, and I don't feel like that's fair to Tim.
Yeah.
Just in case Tim decides he wants to start doing his podcast again, I don't feel like it's fair to him to be robbing that, to have that name on iTunes.
It's his name.
He should have that. So I'm going to delete my Podbean account and start fresh, and I'm not going to upload all the old episodes. I'm not going to do that. You know, you can always go back, but everything else from March on will be available in audio form on all platforms on our new stuff. So when that gets launched, I want everyone that watches us to go to iTunes and leave us a review.
Hell yeah.
Not the reviews like Lee left me that he says that I'm a drug addict and I'm a bully and stuff like that. Not those kind of. I'm talking about 5-star reviews on iTunes. That's what I want, guys. I want to be visible on there. And I've also got, man, you know what? And I think my secret project podcast might be ready in March. We'll see what happens.
Man,
Don't give up the ghost. Don't give up the ghost.
Is gonna be a household name soon.
Yeah. Well, the secret podcast that I'm doing with the secret person, it had nothing to do with me. It was all him.
Yeah.
He came to me. He's like, "Hey, man, do you want to do this with me?" And I'm like, "Huh?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Sure." Okay. So it should be fun. And so far, it's been great. It's been, yeah, it's been pretty good. We're struggling. It's not easy like this. This is easy to do. It's just the fellas talking. Yeah. That is you have to prepare for. So it's been a little difficult. So, but it's still fun. We were, yo, bro. I seen that a blizzard going on over there, Cameron. That's pretty bad, dude. You guys, woo. There's some snow. I'm glad that went all north of us. I got none of it. It went way over us. It totally skipped Ohio, which I'm okay with. Taking a dump break. Sorry, I'm not on there tonight. Yeah, okay, Jacob. You didn't even share the podcast, jerk.
Yeah, Jacob.
Yeah. TJ and the Wolf of Window Cleaning say what? No Wolf of Window Cleaning. Never that. Never that. I would never do that. I would never disrespect myself in that manner.
There you go.
Hopefully I don't die of COPD before it's released, but that's an Eddie Stewart call back there.
Yeah.
I'm dying of COPD right now.
So anyone who doesn't know, I've pretty much spent the week with Mike and Zane, and Eddie came into town yesterday. Mm-hmm. And like I told you pre-podcast, Mike and Zane were exactly what I figured they would be. Where's the feedback coming from? Mike and Zane were exactly what I figured, so there was no surprises there. I will say Eddie is a little more reserved than I expected.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. But a full pleasure, and I will say, I enjoyed watching Zane work, not in a creepy way because he probably doesn't know I was watching him, but no, to see someone that's 21 years old have such enthusiasm for our industry.
He does.
Brings me back to when I was 21 years old washing windows, and my hat's off because he's got a really good future. In my opinion, he's very good at what he does. So, he's a breath of fresh air. I was trying to get him and my son Scott kind of aligned because Scott needs that little push. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That Zane already has. Mm-hmm. We've had I know I've had a really good time.
You're lame though.
I'm kind of lame.
You're kind of a lame dude, and Mike is not a lame dude. You know what I mean?
No. So, I think Mike and I keep about the same lameness.
No. You're lamer than.
No,
you're lamer than.
Okay.
Yeah, you're lamer.
Oh, good in the hood.
You're lamer, dude. You don't listen. First of all, you're not wearing bib overalls without a t-shirt right now. That right there, strike one. That's strike
true.
one.
That's true.
And
Shit,
you strike me.
I got teased about the jorts one time.
Yeah,
Imagine if I showed up in that. Right? Oh my god.
And you strike me as not an easy dad to work for.
You're probably right about that.
You strike me as you expect the most.
Yes. You don't have to be.
And Mike seems to be the type that he will give you enough rope to hang yourself with.
Yeah. I am
right
when it comes to that, you know. Because that's the way I am about it.
Because I know that because of the relationship that I have with you. You and ours relationship, I have no breathing room with you. You are on me like white on fucking rice no matter what I do. So so I can only imagine being your kid. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got to be rough. It's got to be a tough road to hoe.
I set them high and I expect them to reach that
The reason
far.
why I say that is because I'm the same way with my kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I expect a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's up, Gary D? Gary D from Australia, man. We got to give him we got to throw him up on the screen there. When you're from Australia watching this, I mean, you gotta give that dude his kudos for that, man.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
So how have things been going for you down there, Mike? I've seen that Mark sent me a video. You squatted down like you're taking a poop, which was not surprising at all. How's the glass polishing going? What do you think about that? Is it as cool, and are you enjoying it as much as you thought you would? It's a pretty cool process, isn't it?
It's work, but yeah, it's something I've always wanted to see and experience. I've tried all kinds of different things, and I've never found anything successful, so I never offered it or even just left it alone.
Do you see the difference with removing stains mechanically as opposed to doing it with like a harsh chemical? Do you see the difference?
I'm not comfortable using any harsh chemical. That's for years I would tell customers, hey, I've got this Diamond Magic and this pad, and if it won't come off with this, I'm not comfortable with using chemicals, and that's
do you see like a potential value adding that service to your company?
Yes. This whole
you're jumping in head first on it, the same way that I did.
I'm in like Flynn. I'm in like Flynn.
Yeah.
It's I think Mark just kept finding glass to polish for me just to practice on and play on.
I did probably last year. I did probably 15 stain removals, and with Mark's process, it just works. It just works, and it works really well. And when you're doing it, and the customer sees how you're doing it, they're like, and then you're done, and they're like, man, that looks awesome. Then they're like, then I get referred to their neighbor who has the same fogged, tore up glass on the back of their lakeside of their house, and I'm doing theirs. So, and it's just I've pretty much topped my way around the island doing that. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Mike.
What I'm really hoping is that there's a 5-story, huge project there close to me that they've dumped a bunch of money in renovating the whole place, and it's all that glass just needs redone. And I've actually already had a conversation with the project manager a year ago, and they're still, that's how long this thing has been in the process of, and maybe get Mark to come and work under Mark, and both of us make a big paycheck.
It depends on the size of the project, but I would certainly
I would
love to come out there. Yeah, we'd do that too. Come out there and spend a week with you, show you, attack it in a couple.
If Eddie's going to be there for that, if Eddie's going to be there for that one too, if I don't get a picture of all three of you with a squeegee jammed in your ass cheeks, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. Don't even go.
But so I would gladly come up and give you a hand and point you in the right direction, for however long you need to be. Once you get the process down, and each building could be a different process, you're golden. Just follow the steps that I've showed you.
Right. And this is just stained, just old and stained. It just needs, I don't think it would take.
Mark,
it would look immaculate.
Would patio sliders with dog nail scratches on them be something you could remove with scratch removal?
You can fix them. They're generally some of the worst repairs, just because it takes years for them.
Would it be good practice?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I have a new patio door at my shop. I'm getting ready to take my patio door out, and I was planning on just keeping those two panes and just putting them in the shop, and maybe.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Maybe exploding some glass. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna wear any filtration or anything like that. I'm just gonna do a raw dog. That's how I seen Kevin the window cleaner do it, so it's got to be okay.
You got to be safe. Exactly. But yeah, no, that's a prime candidate. If you can fix dog nail scratches and yeah, I've
I
done a
just
few of them.
I've
And
had some trouble. I've had some trouble locating glass with scratches on it. Most of it is
yeah,
busted glass.
right,
Stuff I can take home with me.
right, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, with Mike on Monday, I met with this new hospital, the one that there's some pictures of, and there was one window that I could not fix because I didn't have enough extension cord unless I was going to run my cord out a main entrance, and I'm not a fan of that.
right.
But they're like, we have a visit coming, and that last window that you didn't get to is really killing us. And I go, it's a different process on that window because it's so bad. I need your permission to run an extension cord out the door. Of course, we tried every outlet in the courtyard, and none of them exterior outlets worked. So we got the approval on Monday. Mike comes in on Tuesday. So what we did at the hospital, Mike, was not created. What you did today for me at the country club needed to be done whether you did it or not, but it was a perfect opportunity and perfect glass for you to play around with because it wasn't necessarily stained. It was kind of more along the lines of oxidized, and it was a job that we had restored 4 or 5 years ago. So yeah, and you know what though, Mike knows to see the process work and to put your hands on the glass and then wash it after you restored it is night and day from what it was.
I mean, those two panels, 4 panels that we cleaned at the veterans home still look better than anything else around them.
Yeah.
And I actually last that was one of my 20 jobs. I did not that section, the first section that you touched, but around the corner there was panels just like those, but instead of a row of 4, it was a row of 2, 3, a 3-story side. I did the whole wall.
Nice.
And I made $1,200 doing it.
I love it, man.
And I was there for about 4.5 hours. I probably didn't price it right, but I figured it's a learning experience. And I told him that. I was like, I'm not exactly sure I can get all of this off of here, but I'm pretty sure I can. And he's like, well, just shoot me a price. I said, how about $1,200? I said, and he's like, okay. I was like, it'll probably take me 12 hours to do it. I was just, $100 an hour. It'll probably take me 12 hours to do it. It ended up taking me 4. I washed everything, scraped it, started at the top with the lift, and worked my way down, and it turned out good. Everything, they were super duper happy with it. Now all they have to do is replace one busted window, which I did not break. I didn't break it, but they were super happy with it. And now they've reached out to me last month. They want a quote to do. There's 4 more sections just like that they want to do, and they're doing these sections because the guys, the veterans, actually sit in their chairs and look out those windows.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
Well, Mike can attest to this. He came with me on a scratch removal. It wasn't even an estimate. It was an inspection to see if it was a good fit. It sells itself. Mm-hmm. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Mike knew I walked out without a handshake, and I'll be there this Monday to fix this guy's window. Yeah.
They were shocked. They didn't think. They're like, well, because I washed them, I scraped them in front of them. I was like, listen, this is not gonna. You seen how you seen what was on them, Mark. You knew that the razor wasn't taking it off.
Yeah.
And he come out, and what I did was I did the old Marc Tanner. I'm gonna polish a spot right in the middle.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah,
I mean that was your suggestion to me was if you're gonna do a test spot, do it right in the middle.
Make everything else look like shit.
Yeah,
that's all you got to do. Yep.
So that's what I did, and it worked out. It worked out perfectly. How do you get the corners on polishing, Mark?
I get the corners on polishing with either smaller pads, because I prefer a 5-inch pad, and I've got pads all the way down to 3 inches, or you take your old pads when you're ready to retire them, you keep them, and then you run the polisher on an angle, and you could get into corners. Now, you will ruin the pad. Mm. That's the end of the life of the pad, because at that point it's caulking out, it's pulling all kinds
I actually need to get pads from you. The 3 that I had are. Yeah. I have one that's serviceable. The other 2, The one that you brought with you that was all full of polish.
Yeah.
I beat that up in them corners.
Yeah,
I beat it up.
That's fine.
The commercial glass is super. Now the residential stuff, you getting in the corners is actually super. It's relatively easy with those big pads because it's not a really deep surface. It's like maybe a half inch.
Yeah.
If that. What's up, Jeremy?
I'm going to be making pads this weekend, because I gave Mike a couple older ones that I had. I just didn't have.
Well, just let me know and I'll Venmo you.
Yeah, I'll make up some pads for you guys.
And I'm probably gonna have to buy some polish too.
I'll send it with the pads.
Take my money. That's all I gotta say.
Yep. Yeah. I have no problem paying for that because I make money on that. No problem at all.
I've got one of my sons graduating this spring, and so he's coming on full time, and so this might give me an extra avenue, something for me to do, and him take.
Well,
if
you work through your existing customers, you'll stay busy for a while. If you market it in one way or another, then you're going to stay busier than you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always thought about everybody in every town we get what's called American Homeowner or something like that, and it's basically advertising for contractors. You'll have 2 pressure cleaners, you'll have a cabinet guy, a roofing guy, you know what I'm saying? All geared on towards the homeowner, and they're attractive magazines, all color, and I've always thought the half-page ad is like $500 and put a before and after on a shower enclosure. I guarantee the phone will ring off the hook. The problem is, can you get it all done? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you open the floodgates when you do that, but if you really want to build it into something more than just your existing customers, Mike, you start marketing it out there. And then other window cleaners will start sending you work. Glass install companies will start sending you work, and that's all free. You know what I'm saying? You're not paying for any marketing on stuff like that. It's just your reputation is getting you the work.
Right. And of course, I've already been doing this for a while and come across, where I could have already been doing this years ago. So.
Yeah, well, that's what I said to Mike. I wish I knew what I know now when I was Zane's age,
Exactly.
Is the polish for sale yet?
Yeah, you can reach out to me. We can sell you polish. I've got plenty of polish on hand.
It's Marc Tanner's private label.
Yeah, you're probably getting no label.
What we ought to do is take that the Tanner T-shirt design.
Yep.
And modify it.
Make it into a label.
Make it into labels for your bottles.
I'm game. If you can do the artwork on that,
I'll get it taken care of for you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. That would be cool.
I will make that happen for you. I will actually start on that tomorrow.
Absolutely, I would appreciate that.
And we'll just go to Sticker Mule or something like that and get you like 100 stickers for like fucking $50.
Really? That easy? Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah.
I'll get that taken care of for you.
Freaking sweet.
You got it, buddy.
Yeah. So Mike, overall, what do you think of West Palm Beach?
It's there's a lot of people here.
Yeah, it's culture shock to Mike. Yeah. Yeah.
It's the traffic is insane.
Yeah.
There's people everywhere, and like I'm at an Airbnb, and the neighbor is like 5 feet from my front door. So it's but it is what it is. It's gorgeous though. It's warm. We went to the beach and I swam and just sat. We all sat at the beach all evening.
What's the water like? I've never been in the ocean before.
I think the water temp was 74 degrees today.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never stepped foot in the ocean.
Really?
I've never even seen it with my eyes.
Now, I went in to take a shower and took my swimming trunks off, and there's about 10 pounds of sand that fell on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
So there's sand. Sand is everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's not like the red dirt lakes of Oklahoma, I'll tell you
that. So what can I ask? What prompted this trip to Florida?
It prompted this trip to I wanted to see the polishing. That was number one, but usually February is my slow season, and I like to. Number two, I like to keep Zane motivated by things like this, like a huge convention and this deal right here.
Right.
Keep him interested, and he, it's
makes
good
perfect sense.
Yeah, it's good for him, and old brother Eddie, he was pushing for it a long time ago. So we
Cool.
that was number three. So just and everything just fell together. Jacob, he was 12 hours, so like, hey, I'll just drive in, stay there for the night, and drive on the rest of the way, and stay there close to Mark.
Well, if you ever get to Ohio, we'll jump on the big boat and go out and do some Lake Erie perch fishing.
I like the perch and the walleyes. Yeah. That's
I have access to several boats. We can go and crash them.
I'd like to go to Minnesota and see a friend, and I could maybe jot.
Well, that's not a jot. That jotting from Minnesota to Ohio is not a jot. That's
right. Yeah, that's a little more than a jot.
That's a little more than a jot, my guy. Maybe you know how to take a look at a map first.
When you're 20 hours from home, it
is a jot. It is a jot if you're 20 hours from home. You're correct.
Yeah, but let's tell him the truth, Mike. That according to Zane, he's driving Miss Daisy. You know what I'm
saying? he's over there grinning, give me the evil eye.
So this is probably a dumb question, but I'm assuming that Zane got some polish time himself, correct? He got the good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Zane got some polishing in, and we shared among everybody for the most part. Cut Mike loose today on his own, because I know he ain't gonna screw nothing up, and I know he was enjoying that. And you'll get to a point, Mike, and I told you up front, I said you're gonna be tired, your shoulders, your elbows, but it'll come a time where it's just second nature to you once you get the muscle memory of holding that polisher all day,
I got to where I could keep it flat today, so that was good.
Yeah, that's kind of crucial. Keep the repair even. You know what I'm saying?
Zane, he commandeered that pink pole out of Mark's truck.
Yeah.
You have a pink pole, Mark?
I have a pink zero trad pole. Well, I needed another pole, and
shame.
And I think when I ordered it,
Shame.
I don't know if I ordered it with
shame, dude.
But I said send me what. But here's the funny thing, Pete.
No, dude.
I put a green foam grip on it. It is the ugliest pole ever.
I would have gotten out a rattle can of black and fixed that. I just pink pole, dude. No. Dude.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. That's sacrilegious.
Zane brought a pink Britney Spears T-shirt to wear just for Eddie Stewart.
I'm sure Eddie loved that. He doesn't like fucking pink poles either.
We showed up for dinner, and Zane comes walking in with a Britney Spears pink T-shirt. I almost lost it.
Hi, Mom. I don't know what's going on with my mom. My mom might have had too many to drink.
Uh-oh.
It's twice now she said hello. We gotta watch Mary.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch her.
Hey, Mary.
I think the ugliest pole is the camo one. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the camo, and I'm not a fan of the pink. I like that camo. Tealish, bluish one they got. It's pretty neat. I like that one. But the pink one, what's wrong, dude?
Yeah, my pink one's all faded.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. It's.
And you said send me any pole, especially the pink one, is what you said?
No, I think I said send me any pole, and they sent me the pink one. I can't remember, but I did order
a brand new pole
last week. I called up Jersey and put in an order, and he's like, I want a 4.8. I don't need a 4.12. Give me a 4.8 with this tip. And he's like, what color? And I go, I was about to say, send me what you got. And he started listing the colors. I go, you know what? Give me carbon fiber color. I honestly, personally, because I'm particular about my equipment, the colored poles don't slide through the clamps as easy as the trad poles. So when I'm working and I want a quick adjustment, it's more of just a quick adjustment with the colored pole. I just like the black carbon, I mean, my black carbon is so worn down, you can start to see the fibers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been using it for a long time, and it sits out in the sun all day.
I still use first one we got. I have 2 or 3 different trad. I have 4 trad poles, but I still use the original black one they gave me.
Yeah,
The tester.
That's the one I still use, and my son uses the Simpole trad, which is holding up beautifully too.
Yeah,
I like the Simpole trad with the slick finish on it.
I've never even used mine.
Yeah,
It's still pristine. It's
Yeah.
still pristine. Out of all my Simpoles I've used, I beat all of them to shit, and I need one that's just not beat up, just for prosperity. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll give you a homegrown handy tip here.
Yeah.
Because I got some new tips when I bought the pole, and Jersey sent me the aluminum plug with the red Unger tip. Okay, so we're on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they went from carbon to aluminum, the tip is still sloppy. But if you take the tip off, put 1.5 layers of electrical tape right where it sits down on there, and slide it in there, get it to snap, it's solid as a rock.
Right.
Oh, you mean the aluminum attachment?
Yeah, take the tip off the aluminum.
I still have my carbon fiber one.
Okay, yeah, I have the carbon fiber one too, but I didn't have one for my new pole.
Oh,
So,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how am I gonna tighten this up? And I was gonna epoxy it, and then I'm like, wait a minute. If you take electrical tape and stretch it real tight and go 1.5 times, it fits perfect. And the tape is up under the red tip, so it's safe. You know, it ain't gonna come out of there. That's a little homegrown handy tip there.
Okay, that's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, it works
Because
well.
I do have one of those.
Yep.
But unlike you, the little bit of play in that tip bothers me none.
Yeah, see.
Mark goes he got so mad at me because my squeegee handle that I let him use was loose. He's like, "How can you live like this?" I'm like, "Just lock it." You know, I can't do it. You gotta give me something to tighten this down.
Yeah, one clip, loose tip, everything was going wrong.
There's nothing wrong with one clip, dude. One clip works perfectly fine, dude. You'll never even notice the difference. You gotta quit being so anal. You got a pink fucking pole, for Christ's sakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
I made Zane use it all week long anyway. I did.
He says he likes it. He's in the
Yeah.
chat saying he loves the pink pole, so
Yeah,
I mean, it must not be a big deal for him.
Yeah.
That WCR aluminum tip fits perfect in the Sim Trad. Yeah, it does. Or at least it did for me anyway.
Yeah.
It did for me anyway.
I haven't seen the camel one. You guys don't like the camel one?
I do.
Do you?
Like,
Yeah, I'm not. Camels do.
Problem is, if you drop a camel pole in the bushes, you're never going to find it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you definitely can't see it.
Right.
You definitely can't see the you definitely can't. If you drop your camel pole, you're never gonna see it again. I always used to give people shit like they'd have a high vis vest on and then camouflage pants, or vice versa. It's like, do you want to be seen or not? Like,
Right. I'm only seeing it from the waist up.
Yeah. Do you have any pants on, sir? Where are your legs?
Hey, why do you have a camouflage on? Well, because I hunt. Yeah, if you drop that thing, you'll hunt.
if you hunt, your camo needs to match. It needs to be all the same pattern. It can't be pants and shirt different camo patterns.
Oh yeah, I flew
Just too tacky for deer hunting.
I flew up into upstate New York to visit a former employee that was fighting amateur MMA, and he's like, "You always told me if I hit it big enough to fight, you'd come see me." Okay, I fly into upstate New York. I didn't even realize it. I had a real tree camo shirt on and then green camo pants, and he just starts laughing. I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "I've never seen so much camo mixed up like that." He goes, "You got to change that. You don't look like a hunter doing that."
I've just seen some of the worst drywall finishing I've ever seen in my entire life. This dude is also, he's in one of my local groups. Hi, Lane. I just seen this, like I just happened to be going through making sure I've shared everything properly, and this advertisement pops up for this local guy. He's a window cleaner, gutter cleaner, and he also hangs drywall and mows lawns, and he also finishes drywall. I'm gonna send you pictures of this, Mark. This might be some of the most Mickey Mouse bullshit I've ever seen in my life, and he's like super proud of it. It is so bad. It is so bad. Look at that shit. Yeah. It is so bad. What is that, dude?
Drywall
and
guy.
people are roasted him in the fucking comments. It's so bad. It's so bad, dude. One dude said, "If you clean windows the way you finish drywall, you are not hired, sir." Yes! That stuff really doesn't bother me too much, you know?
Yeah.
It used to bother me when I was younger. The guys advertising around me, I'm like, you bastard, how dare you?
Right.
How dare you clean windows in my area, in my vicinity? How dare you? And now I'm like, whatever, dude. I can't clean all of them.
Established now, and you don't care what these
I
other
can't.
guys
Well,
do.
not only that, I can't clean them all either.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck is he?
We just had fish show up.
Huh?
Yeah.
Fish just showed up in our town last week.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I wish. Did you tell Mark about your gas station ploy? Did you tell Mark about that? It's so good. Hey, tomorrow when you see Mark, you got to tell him about it.
I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. $12.
Oh, yeah.
The $12, and it's like a $200 inside and out gas station. I'll do everything for $12. That'll earn you.
Yeah, go ahead. Have at it. Well, this industry doesn't always come with a lot of brain power behind it.
No, it usually doesn't.
That's unfortunate. You know, I mean,
you'd think that dudes at some point would like try to do things on their own merit instead of trying to work like off the sweat of someone else's brow.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy, I see this guy cleans these windows all the time, so I'm going to go here and try to chop his legs out from underneath him because I don't have any balls to go drum up my own work.
Right.
You know?
I got an email this week wanting to buy any route work.
You wanting or they wanting?
No, they want.
They want to buy some work from you.
Third time they've contacted me wanting to buy my work.
I mean, I don't know. Of course, as everyone knows, they watch this podcast and they realize that after 5 years of window cleaning podcasts, that me and Mark we're gifted with the gab. We can bullshit. You know what I mean? We're bullshitters.
Yeah.
So I've never found it hard finding work because of that. Yeah. I have social skills. You know what I mean? Yeah. It sounds to me that person, whoever that person may be, just lacks some social skills. You know what I mean?
Mike and I had this conversation, and I'm a firm believer. You can sell anything to anybody. You just got to know how to tell them about it.
Right.
You understand? You got to speak with confidence. If you don't speak with confidence, and they detect that you're not, you're slighted, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't go into a situation trying to get work from somebody and not be sure of yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If you're not confident in what you do,
the
customer's not going to be confident in what you're doing.
Exactly. But the flip side is once you get that experience, you get to a point, which is a nice place to be, where you pick and choose who you work for instead of the other way around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Jeremy said if we all put our heads together, we will have a brain.
Yeah, that's true.
I always, I did a bid yesterday, and the dude was like, "Man, that's really expensive." My last guy was like, this much, and I'm like, "Well, where's that guy at now?" He's like, "Well, I can't get a hold of him," and and there was some, it was questionable, but I mean, I just needed the windows done, and it was cheap, and I was like, good work ain't cheap, and cheap work ain't good. That's just it in a nutshell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just it in a nutshell. And me and Luke talked at length yesterday. Me and probably the longest one-on-one with T Squeegee I've shot thus far, because we were talking and talking and talking. And that was one of the things that came up is, there are going to be guys that are going to get you on price, but they're probably not going to be, they're either going to get wise to it, start charging more, or they're not going to be around very long. You know what I mean? Because they're not going to be able to, they're not going to be able to sustain that.
No. Not nowadays.
MitchieDJ.com. What surfactants, brands, or chemicals do you use for sodium hyperchlorite soft washing mix? Dawn dish detergent. No, I use what's that? I'll tell you right now what it's called. It's called it's a laundry detergent.
Gain, Tide.
Gain. I use Gain.
Yeah.
I use Gain. That's what I use. I use Gain.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've used so many. I've tried a bunch of surfactants out. Some of them, that Liminator, I've tried that. That's pretty good. I can't remember the name of the other one I used. They work good. The if you are doing like soft washing like on a regular basis, like something like that is like a service that you provide, like you're really pushing for, it really would pay you to go out and sexual reassignment surgery. It would really pay you to go out and invest in a good quality surfactant designed for that industry. Now, if you do it the way that I do it, which I'm not a splash bleach and do pressure washing kind of guy. I do that for customers that ask me. I don't advertise pressure washing. If one of my customers says, "Hey Terry, I see that you pressure wash. Can you quote my patio in my house?" And I'll be like, "Sure." And then I just throw in an exterior free window cleaning for them, and I get the job, and I just use what's on hand. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I X-jet everything, with a 5-gallon bucket, because I don't care about my life at all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if there was a job, like if I was to get a job that was a really big like property, because I do a bunch of property associations like windows, but if they were ever to ask me like, "Hey, can you pressure wash all this?" I would invest in the equipment to do it quicker. But for what I do, I have a small setup. It works perfect. Seth hooked me up with, "Hey, just get this, this, and this. Do it this way." It works good for me. I make really good money doing it. It fills in gaps in my schedule. But if you're make sure that if you are using like a dish detergent or a laundry soap, make sure that it's safe to be used with sodium hyperchlorite, because if you don't, you could make a bomb. So just be careful. That's why I use Gain. I use Gain or Dawn if I'm mixing with Pool Shock, whatever you want to call it, SH. Whatever you want to call it, it's fucking chlorine, whatever. Just make sure you're doing it right.
2 weekends ago, I had to work on a Sunday. One of the car dealerships that I clean, it's a BMW. I had done all the curbs and sidewalks, and then they wanted more curbs, and I could only do so much because cars were in the way. So we set up for them to move all the cars on Saturday and Sunday morning. I was coming in, and Mark, one of my guys, Mark, he goes, "Hey, set me up with a pump sprayer because I want to go bleach the curbs in the back," because I had the trailer mount up front and he was working in the back of the dealership, which is, good distance away. So I grabbed a pump sprayer and I put in, like a gallon of fresh chlorine in there. And then I look over and I'm like, I didn't have much water in the skid mark. So I grabbed my window cleaning bucket. I'm like, it's just got a little soap in there, right? And what I didn't think is there was ammonia in my water.
Yo, dude.
I jumped in and it looked like someone put Alka-Seltzer in the pump sprayer.
Dude. I have a hot water setup. I do have a 5-gallon per minute hot water setup, and I got to be honest with you, it's I spend more time wrenching on that fucking thing than I do making money with it. Every time I use it, for every 2 hours I use the hot water unit, I gotta spend 45 hours fixing the fucking thing. It's a hunk of dog shit. I just don't like it.
I'll never buy another one. I had a Hydrotech.
Mm-hmm.
It was the biggest nightmare.
Yeah.
It never would run 8 hours without something blowing up on it.
I have a Mighty M hot water unit. It was completely rebuilt. It's really nice. It was actually it belonged to a water park, and it was used like 3 or 4 times, and they put diesel in the motor to try to run it instead of gasoline, and fucked it up. So it had a brand new engine put on it. It was a really nice unit, but like I said, it almost nuclear meltdown every time I use the damn thing. I used it, and I'll be honest with you, I feel like the chemical game has stepped up so much now that you really don't need hot water as much anymore. Hot water is useful in some areas. It really does work great for some instances, but for what I do, just a cold water machine and some good chemicals, I'll nuclear assault it and be fine.
Right.
It's good.
Right.
I don't need all that, but This isn't really a pressure washing podcast, though, guys. If you want to learn some real pressure washing, go watch Jamie's. What's Jamie's last name?
Schmidt.
Jamie Schmidt.
Yep, he's a good man.
The Backyard Barbecue Show, or whatever it's called.
Speaking of pressure washing, what happened to Ron Musgrave?
What happened to Ron? Not only what happened to Ron Musgrave, but what happened to that fucking Jan Sacco? What happened to Jan Sacco?
I don't know what's up with Sacco. He doesn't post too much anymore.
Yeah, no more Jan Sacco.
I think Sacco's at the PWMCA event.
That's where you need to go. You need to go join the PWMCA if you want to learn more about surf washing and pressure washing.
Yeah.
Or hit up our very good buddy, the Wizard of Wood, if you want to clean some wood.
Yes. Absolutely. No, I would not. I don't understand that hot water-fed pull. To me, and I could be wrong, hot water does not dissolve surface dirt because, first of all, hot water handprints, I don't use water fed on restaurant doors and whatnot to where I need to take handprints off with maybe I'm wrong, but I've yet to have someone tell me a good argument that hot water cleans normal maintenance dirt water fed better.
I see that there's a discussion about hot water for colder environments, and I would be a little worried about the hot water busting a window.
Right.
Yeah.
And not only that, I'm going to be totally honest with you. If there's a job big enough to where I need a water-fed pole in the middle of the winter, I'm going to tell them to shove it directly up their ass.
Right.
Because I am not standing out in the cold that long to clean your windows. It's not, you know what I mean? So that's just me personally. If I had a job that big that I needed, I was like something I would use a water-fed pole on, and it was wintertime, I'd just go rent a lift and do it by hand. Let's be honest.
The water's only hot when it's coming out of the brush. Yeah. It's just like a hot water pressure washer. 5 feet away from where you're cleaning, it's cold already. Are you
going to have insulated 100-foot, 300-foot long of insulated water-fed pole holes? Right. Think about it, guys.
Right. Dude,
no, it hasn't.
Dude, I had this Polish kid working for me, right?
Uh-huh.
And
did he try to did he burn his lips on the exhaust pipe trying to suck start?
No, but here's what he did. I went and picked up I was doing Blockbusters at the time, and I will say the hot water takes up gum without blowing the sidewalks apart. Way better than anything chemically, because they've yet to make a chemical that'll eat up old gum. Anyway, so I buy this hot box, right? Propane fired hot box. And I knew it was a cheap one because, well, I don't know how they all are, but this particular one had one of those red buttons you push like on a grill, and it goes tink, and it throws a spark and lights. Okay? So I'm like, hey, put the hot water on. So he's monkeying around on the front of the trailer, and he's pushing the button, and you'll hear it, woof, you hear it come up, right? And it must not have been coming up. Maybe it was, I don't know what was wrong with it, but it wouldn't light. So He walks over to the truck, grabs his pack of cigarettes, takes a match, and drops it in the top of that fucking thing. Dude, it shot like a 6-foot flame. Took his eyebrows, his goatee, and the front of his hair. I
I
was trying to, oh,
I was doing
never again.
a McDonald's. It was at night, and I've got 150 foot of pressure washing hose out, and I'm doing the drive-through, and I'm around the other side of the building, and I'm just cruising along, got my earbuds in, just listening to Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz talk shit,
Yep.
and just cleaning. I mean, everything's looking great, and then all of a sudden I get this jerk on, like, it pull me back, and I'm like, what? And the manager's like, your truck's on fire, and I'm like, what? And I fucking run around the other side of the building, and I've got an 8-foot tall flame shooting out of my hot water unit. My aluminum ladder is melted.
Yeah.
Cherry red. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, what am I doing here? What kind of life am I living?
Yeah.
And that was the last time that unit has been in service, was that night. I was glad that was the last one they asked me to do. I was like, this is it. COVID happened and everything the world's been a better place ever since.
Exactly.
Would love to see something soon. Yeah, I would too, man. It's a really nice brush, but again, we're just testers, and that's pretty much out of our hands as far as that goes.
Right.
I know we've talked about trying out a super cool brush. We can't wait everybody to see and all that stuff, but unfortunately, that's out of our hands, and as of right now, it kind of seems like on hold. Just from our point of view, that's the way it looks. It's excellent, though. It's really awesome.
Yep.
But it is what it is, man. Nothing we can do about it. There you go. Jason knows more about it than I do. Well, yeah, man. Fucking, that's cool. So you guys are like, yeah, mm-hmm. How long are you guys in Florida? All week? Ooh, got some nipple hanging out there, cuz. And hey, those are some pepperonis.
Like the Italian grad salamis.
How long are you guys in Florida? You guys at the end of the week coming back, or are you gonna back on the glass Monday, or what is it looking like?
Yep, back to work Monday.
Back to the grind on Monday, huh?
Well, we left Saturday, 6 o'clock in the morning, and we're trying to decide on driving. Me buying Zane a 6-pack of Monsters, and him driving home Saturday, and getting home early Sunday morning. We're making a 2-day trip out of it.
There you go.
But we'll be home this weekend. So Mark worked us to death for the week, and then we got done today. I'm kidding.
He didn't hardly break a sweat.
No.
We work efficiently. You got to say that.
We were rocking some stuff out.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. I enjoyed it.
Me too. It was a pleasure. Yeah.
It's neat getting. I mean, like my boys have worked with another guy, Ewing, on some lift work and water fed work, and Zane, working with Mark. Mark put me off by myself, and then took Zane and went and worked, and it's like I think it's official to anybody to work with other people in other areas and just learn how they do things.
Well, my wife and I were talking about it tonight at dinner. She goes, I think window cleaners are the only ones that'll go on vacation and then physically go work with someone else. And I'm like, and I do it too. I want to go with TJ. I go work with anybody just to work with them because, we enjoy what we do, believe it or not,
Right. Yeah.
But
it's been fun. I mean, we got done today, and then so now it's kind of like, well, what do we do now? We're not cleaning windows, so
right.
Hey, there's a beach down the road.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I had to haul that. That Galaxy I have, T. I finally got someone they impounded the car. They're going to get me a title for it. So I had to trailer that. It just kind of came at a bad time, but I didn't have much choice. So we worked in the morning till about 11. My country club was like, we got 250 women showing up. You guys got to be out of here by 11. And I'm like, no problem, we're out.
Yeah.
You know, so we cut loose at like 10:45. I went and grabbed the trailer in the car. It was about an hour and a half ride each way. Dropped it off, got all that taken care of, came home, and you know, so it was a short day of window cleaning. Now tomorrow morning.
What did you say you have? What kind of motors you say you have in your trailers? What kind of motors you have? You say you have several of.
Motors.
Yeah, you say. What kind of motor? You said you have some motors in your trailer. What kind of motors are they? Are you going to put one of those motors with like 400 427s?
I've got 460s and 429s.
Is there any way you could sell me a 460 for my Ranger?
Yeah, you need a shoehorn to get it in there. I've already built a Ranger with a big block with a 514 in it. Okay?
Oh, jeez, dude.
Yeah, the engine fits in there pretty well. Mm-hmm. The problem is you got to move the radiator from the back side of the radiator support to the front side. You got to notch the grill and move the radiator out because it's longer. And trying to cool that much engine with the little opening of a grill is a challenge.
Yeah.
If I was you, we'd build you a nice little 302. And
I'm only kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, because a 460 in a Ranger, the only thing you're doing with that is in the mud, because that's never working on the street.
Honestly, all they really do is just blow the tires off.
Right? Yeah.
Blow the tires off,
Yeah. I want a street race car, man.
Get in trouble with that, but if you really,
I would most likely use it on, you know, like a bracket car or something like that. But you always see S10s and.
Yeah.
You never see a Ranger. You never see Rangers.
Yeah,
maybe in Florida, but you don't see them around here. It's all Fox bodies.
Yeah.
Fox bodies like crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. We took my kid's car and we built a 347 aluminum head stroker motor for it, and I put it in the car knowing the automatic transmission was already.
Did you get that sorted? Out?
Yeah, and now that car is sick. It is.
Is it manual transmission now?
Yeah, 5-speed.
Is he to be trusted?
Yeah, he's afraid of it now.
Oh, okay, good. Then he's got a good respect for it. Then that's the main thing.
Before, at any time, you could just push your foot through the carpet, and it wouldn't get scary. This, in second gear, if you're rolling at 30 miles an hour and lay into it, it's coming around. You better be careful. You know. So yeah, he's doing really well with it. So and actually. He's leaving in 6 months to go to welding school, and we're going to get him a little something efficient, you know. Maybe if I found a good little Ranger, because that car is not going to be good for college. Because you know it's like having a mini bike; you're always working on it. So he's going to leave that car here and take the Ranger or whatever we get him to college, and then theoretically, there's still cosmetic work that needs to happen to the car because it's a good 15-foot car. From 15 feet, you're like, that's nice, and then you get close and you see that it's 35 years old. You know.
Oh man, ain't that crazy how things just keep getting older? Man, we are getting old, dude.
Yeah.
Like I was like scrolling through my digital library on iTunes, like of movies and stuff, and they had upgraded the titles, you know, like the cards, the place cards for the digital movie, like I have the entire Rambo series, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm going through, I was like, man, maybe I'll watch Rambo First Blood. And then at the bottom it said, Rambo First Blood 40th Anniversary Edition. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
40 years ago, dude. That's a trip, man. And then I start watching Rambo First Blood and I'm like, man, these guys are driving around in antique cars, man.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? I am so old. I mean, I'm not as old as you and Mike, but man, I'm old. I'm not nearly as old as you, Mike, and Eddie. I mean, Eddie is super fucking old. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Dude, let me tell you something.
Woo! So you guys, Zane was brought down there to get everyone's luggage in the car and make sure everybody has their Depends in the morning and stuff. Make sure Dad and Mark and Eddie are making sure that they're drinking their Ensure in the morning and they've drank their Metamucil
and Zane was a good addition because here's what happens. Zane shows up with all the energy of a 21-year-old.
Oh yeah.
Me and Mike are feeling the sun beating down. Yeah. And then I see Zane start moving along and I'm like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. It's time to make Zane look slow.
Yeah,
But no,
he's a really good window cleaner, isn't he? He's very good. Very good.
Yeah, he's
Very
got
good.
it going.
He's one of my first follows on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize at first that was Mike's kid at first. And then Mike's like, hey, you follow my son on TikTok. He's like, hell yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I didn't even realize that was... So it wasn't like a pity follow, is what I'm trying to say. I was like, man, this kid's pretty good. Yeah, I followed him because he was good.
Yeah.
He's a flickety-doo-dah guy, though. Do you have a flickety-doo-dah for him to use?
No.
Then you have not seen the extent of his talent.
Well, he was using the 0 degree, and he did let the Mormon tools rear their ugly heads in my truck. You know.
God didn't make John Rambo. I did. That's right, baby. Dude, is there a better movie than Rambo? Like, come on, dude. Like, I don't know about anyone else, but all right. There's one movie. There's one movie better than Rambo, and that is Open Range. But that's just my personal opinion.
I don't think I've seen that.
You've not seen Open Range? That might be the best. That might be the best cowboy movie ever, bro.
Yeah, I like the Outlaw Josie Wales. That's one of my favorite ones.
Open Range shits all over that.
Yeah,
all over it. Oh, come on. You see, this is two old guys I'm arguing with here.
Rock candy is not for eating, it's for looking through.
Chase said if you want the energy of a 21-year-old, you need TRT. Hey, listen, Mark, you qualify for testosterone replacement therapy.
I've had it checked. It's fine.
Kate would probably make you move out of the house if you were on TRT. She'd be like, you gotta leave.
Yeah, right. You don't leave me alone already.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that. Yeah, I got in trouble. I put my nuts on a deli scale trying to figure out how much testosterone was there. They threw me out.
Deli scale. My word. So you guys aren't a fan of Open Range? You don't think that's a good movie?
No. Are you the one that killed my friend?
I'm just saying. Robert Duvall, Kevin Costner, out there doing bang, 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 bang. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Man, that's such a good movie, dude.
I'll check it out.
I promise you will love that movie.
Yeah.
I promise you.
I'll put it in my phone.
I mean, it's no Outlaw Josie Wales, but it comes close.
Hey, Josie Wales is a classic, though.
I'm not saying that it's not great.
Yeah.
I'm not Outlaw Josie. I just feel like Open Range is a better movie. I just feel that way. I'm sorry. I feel that way. It's really good.
I like all the old Clint Eastwood Western movies.
I do too. Look behind me. Look behind me. I got the Duke behind me right here.
Yeah.
I don't want to be talked to like I don't know about good westerns. All right. I got the Duke behind me right here.
Right.
All right.
I know. 3 times in Kansas.
I know he's been canceled.
Yeah.
I know he's been canceled. I know he said horrible things about women's, but I'm a Duke fan. I actually had some girl berate me for probably 4 hours on Facebook, like a friend of a friend, because he was talking about something like John Wayne, and then she's like, John Wayne, and I'm just like, oh, this woman, I had to block her.
Yeah.
It got so bad she was sending me messages on Facebook about it.
Well, did you hear about what Tiger Woods did recently?
No, what'd he do?
So, I'll probably get this about 80% accurate. Apparently, Tiger Woods played in a tournament with a young up-and-coming golfer as his teammate, right?
Okay.
And that's good for somebody like Tiger Woods, who's a bit older and can't play the way he used to. Mm-hmm. So there was always I wonder who's going to drive it, who's going to hit further type thing going on, right? So apparently they both tee off and Tiger Woods smokes him. You know what I'm saying? So they're just walking down the green to the next hole, and Tiger Woods reaches in his pocket and hands the guy a Tampax. And CNN zoomed in to see what it was, because they're like, oh, it looks like he just handed him something. Well, when they zoomed in, it was a joke. You know what I'm saying? It was a joke. Here's a tampon. Here's a tampon. Now they're trying to cancel Tiger Woods.
Are you serious? Come on.
Yep.
Come on.
Yep.
Hey, I need to jump off. Is that okay?
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine, Mike. Thank you for coming on.
I'll see you at the dock tomorrow.
Yep. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming on. Take her easy. Take her easy, Mike. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Kisses.
Yep. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Go give Eddie some hugs and kisses.
Yeah. You guys going fishing tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
working until about noon,
Okay.
and then when the boat leaves at 1, I go, Mike, you want to go on a drift boat with 30 other people? Or you want to go on a private charter? He's like, no, we're going private. So Kate booked us 5 of us are going, I think, and
Nice.
it'll be fun. Yeah. You know, I
Nice.
mean, he's been chomping at the bit to fish. I've seen it in his eyes, you know.
Oh yeah, Mike's he's a fisherman. I mean,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
he's a fisherman, that part-time window cleaner. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's a fisherman.
We went to a restaurant. We met them at a restaurant last night, and I specifically picked it because it's on the water. Okay, so and all the fishing boats, charter boats parked there, so they clean the fish and throw them right there, so it's always loaded full of fish. And then right there on the wall is like one of those gum machines that has the pellets in it. So you put a quarter, you get a handful of pellets. I go, watch this, Mike. You throw a handful of them pellets in there, the water explodes with about 7,000 catfish. And him and Zane are looking for a cast net. You know?
Yeah. He's definitely a fisherman, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna get down to Florida. One of these days.
I hope so.
One of these days I'm gonna get down there.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
of these
You gotta
days.
come. You gotta come when it's winter up there. You know what I'm saying? So you'll have mild weather, and there's a lot to do.
Yeah, well, I mean the deal is this: the only thing that makes the winter difficult is my son is in school, he's just a little feller.
True.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
true. Yeah.
I don't have the luxury of absconding with my son anywhere because he's not old enough to not be in school. You know what I mean? So it makes it a little difficult.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
We've been talking now, and I spoke with can't remember if I said it on here or if it was on a one-on-one, but we've talked about this last Christmas we spoke. I don't know. The kids are getting to a point, and even Uriah. I mean, he's like asked for one thing. He like takes him like 3 months to figure out what he wants for Christmas because he's like, Dad, you guys get me everything I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
So we kind of been talking about, maybe instead of on Christmas doing the whole big Christmas thing, maybe just going on vacation for Christmas instead. Yeah. So maybe that will end up happening instead. I think, what I mean, and maybe a Florida trip will be in order. Jennifer's probably not excited about that. You know what I mean? Because she's like, what am I going to do? Go and you're going to go hang out with Mark. That's going to be great.
We'll find fun for everybody. Trust me. Yeah.
I will listen. I have no interest whatsoever in going to Disney World. None whatsoever.
No.
I have no interest in that.
I will say this though. For
Jennifer, Jennifer
Uriah,
and the girls and Uriah would most definitely will love that, but I have no interest. I don't care. You can drive me past it. You can drive me past Disney World, and so I can look at it and be like, "Oh, that's cool," and then I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't need to go in there at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm getting to an age where it's just like I need to start going and doing things. That's my plan. I'm pretty close to being able to do what I want to do in that regard. So as far as my plan has worked out, so. Soon that'll most likely start happening here real soon. Yeah.
I mean, the last few Disney trips or Orlando trips we did, now my kids are older, so I enjoyed seeing it through their eyes. You know what I'm saying? But if you ask them, you want to go to the Keys and rent a house and fish and go out on a boat, or do you want to go to Disney? They're going to go, let's go to the Keys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're out of it too.
Yeah, I think I'm fairly certain our first planned trip, I'm most likely gonna have myself an RV. Probably.
That's the way to go. That's the way to go.
Most likely, I'm shooting for the end of this summer. I'm probably gonna have myself an RV.
Nice.
Our first trip is probably gonna be out west. We're most likely gonna go to Yellowstone and.
Yeah.
We're gonna do. Yeah, that's probably gonna happen first. I would say.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's something that we're.
That,
that's something that we've all really, really want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're probably gonna take Mom along. Mom will probably come with us. I'm probably gonna.
Yeah.
Bring Mom along. Yeah, my mom's not gonna get to go and do anything like that. So you know what I mean. So why not take Mom along? She's not seeing anything like that. She's just gonna. What is she gonna do? Sit at home and watch me on the podcast?
Right.
So we'll just take Mary along. It'll be
There
a
you go.
drag. I'll make sure. I'll make sure that the bathroom's got a lock on it. I'll put her in there and lock her in there. Listen to her.
Stay quiet in there.
Oh, her and Jennifer are friends. That's what sucks.
Maybe you could throw some tension into that. You know,
Yeah.
some subliminal messages.
Yeah. It sucks when your old lady and your mom are friends. That's a big bummer.
Right. Well, that's what happens in my house too, because my sister's always been a problem. My brother Keith, you know, he
Your
lives,
sister
him and
is
I are-
something else, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I had one interaction with her, and that was good enough.
Yeah. And it hasn't gotten any better. But nonetheless, Kate's always like that. Here comes. Here's the favorite one, and she points to me. You know, and it's not favorite. My mom doesn't have favorites. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because
my mom does. My brother's her favorite.
Like, I'll go to my mom's house, I pressure clean, I fix shit. You know, my brother's doesn't use tools the way I do. So, you know, but then my wife, she's going to make some trouble. You know what I'm saying? Ask questions about stupid shit I did when I was younger to make my mom rehash them, so I'm looking like I'm getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, my brother's my mom's favorite. He always has been. The youngest. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
She tries to act like it's not, but it's definitely. There's no question my brother's the favorite.
Yeah.
I don't even. Yeah, I make sure I bring it up all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time, constantly. Every every family get together, Christmas, Thanksgiving, I always bring it up.
Yeah.
Every time we're together. Yeah, there's nothing more in the world I like more than annoying my mother.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It used to be my grandmother, so my mom didn't get it so bad. You know what I mean? Because I used to annoy the shit out of my mama. I used to really. My mama called it pestering.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you always pestering me? So I used to pester my grandmother all the time. And now that my grandmother's not around, the only person I have to pester is my
your mom.
Yeah. So she thinks I hate her, but I don't. I just I have no one else besides Jennifer. And Jennifer is immune to it. You know what I mean? She's just like, dude, fuck off. Yeah. She's like Kate is with you. Like your charm has worn all the way off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
People come around and then I open my mouth and they're just looking at her like, I can't believe.
And she's just
he says the things he does, and you just go, yeah. She's like, I've been listening to that for 25 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I there's nothing. What would you like me to tell you about that? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's cool, man. So you guys are you and Mike Nichols and Zane and Eddie and
Eddie doesn't want to go fishing, so it's me and Scott, my son, and Mike and Zane, 4 of us.
Why does Eddie not want to go fishing?
I didn't ask. It was booked for all of us, and then
maybe he's not a fan of the ocean.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's been pretty flat the last days.
Which I can totally understand because I'm not a fan of the waters.
There's no worse feeling than seasick.
Yeah.
Nothing worse. So we had an open spot, and then I called Mark, my employee, and he's had liquid loaf all week long. So he's like, I'm not good going out on a boat, you know? I'm like, yeah, it's probably better on
liquid loaf.
Yeah.
You are a national treasure, Mark, I tell you.
Right. You know it.
We had Mike Nichols on the podcast, and you said I put my balls on a fucking deli scale.
I was checking my testosterone.
Yeah, so for those of you that missed it, I'm going to mention it again. Next week is the start of Mark's March Madness. All month, we are going to do High Rise guys. We got Fletcher Squeegee from
TikTok.
From TikTok. I'm pretty sure you guys know who he is. Is Squeegee Swagga Wagga.
Yeah.
Fletch. That's his TikTok handle. He's probably one of the most viewed high-rise guys on TikTok. I'm 90% certain if you're a window cleaner, you watch TikTok, you've seen him. Yep. He's a Nashville guy. He'll be the first. Then we've got Mike Arosa. In no particular order on the rest of this. We don't know how these are going to go down, but Mike Arosa, Jeffrey Scott, and Michael Draper.
Right.
And then at the very end of the month, our final guest of the month will be Steve-O, the window cleaner. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then I've got a bunch of one-on-one one-on-one interviews I'm doing. Mario Chavez will be next week, most likely Friday. The one after that will either be Craig Henzel or Luke the Window Cleaner.
Yep.
Vice versa. And then also that month will be Joshua Schoaf. He'll be at the very end of the month. So 4 one-on-one interviews. I've got some new t-shirt designs that are going to be up on the website soon. That'll be just before spring. There'll be some new designs put up. If you're a Patreon member, you'll most likely have a spring code coming here soon. Not most likely, you will. You'll have a spring code coming up because you guys are going to probably want some cool t-shirts. And I'm assuming I should, by the end of next week, I should have the art and the rendering for our first ever Squeegee Life hats. So those are going to be pre-orders. I'm gonna put out my Venmo and my PayPal account. You just pre-order it, and then once they're done, they'll be shipped to you. We're not making any money on this. None.
It's probably going to be a limited run of whatever hat you put out. Right?
Each hat will be a limited run. So this is what I wanted to initially do with the t-shirts. I was going to be like this. I'm only going to make so many of these, and then I'm never going to make them again. But the t-shirts just got so popular. The hats, on the other hand, are super difficult to make. It has taken us 5 years to get this done. So the hats, once they're done, I'm going to do one run of a hat, then that's done. Then I'll do another run of a different hat, then that's done. That's the way they're going to work. So just so everyone's aware. And like I said, they'll be pre-ordered. So you'll turn in your cash. I'll pay the man. He'll make the hats. Then I'll mail them to you. That's how that's going to work. You know what I mean? So you're paying what I'm paying for them. And then the shipping. That's, no gratuity on the side. I'm not trying to make $1 million off of these. If I wanted to do that, the 4 of us would pool our money together, buy the hats, and then I'd charge you $50 a hat because I don't give a fuck about any motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Right. But I'm not doing that. And on top of all of that, I was thinking about maybe releasing my vlog footage, and I was like, you know what? I want to make sure that this is really good this time. You know what I mean? I want to, not just a thrown together thing. I want this to be really good. So the editing on this has been taking a long time, but I feel like it's going to be super cool. And you guys, Patreon guys, are going to get to see it first. And you guys will be the only ones to view it all year. And then in December, everyone else will get to see it. So that'll also be released in March as well. You'll get the first little part of that documentary, a season with T Squeegee. You guys will get the first little part of that here in March. So bunch of cool stuff, man. Bunch of cool stuff. We're gonna start spring off with a bang this year. We felt like we really came out of the gates hard. With the Frank Rave announcement, Window Cleaner of the Year, we were like, we're going into 2023 hard. The 4 of us said we're gonna make sure that the podcast, we're gonna take it to another level and really kick some ass this year, and we're gonna start it off right. I feel like so.
Absolutely.
The March Madness, that was Mark's March Madness. That was all his idea. Let's do a whole month of high rise. We've never done it before, and I was like, man, that's a great idea, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So we got a nice mix of safety, of knowledge, of guys that are in the field doing it, and if it works out the way I think it will, we'll do it every year in March.
Yeah.
We'll have 4 different guys next year, and we'll
even if it's not, even if even if we have the same guy, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's
That's
cool.
right.
Whatever.
A year later is new people, old people, and you can never learn too much. About stuff.
I think it's going to be awesome. I'm excited for the next 30 days coming up. I'm stoked for it. I'm excited for the Patreon guys to see the vlog. I'm anxious to see what they think about my meltdown in the bush. I'm excited for that.
I'll tell you what I've had.
I'm looking forward to the most with the Patreon guys and the vlog is them telling me what they want me to film, what they want to see more of, so then I can, like, that gives me. I'm looking forward to the direction. So the Patreon guys are going to be the directors. You know what I mean? Like, show us more of this, show us more of that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That way, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. The weekly vlogs that I was doing, it wasn't so much that I didn't like doing it. It just become monotonous. You know what I mean? It's difficult to do. It's the tool reviews are difficult to do. I mean, if somebody gives me a tool, of course I'm going to review it. But the YouTube window cleaning thing, the TikTok thing, it's kind of, for me, has run its course. And I enjoy doing social media with window cleaning, but I feel like this is kind of my best suited way of doing it is the podcast and the one-on-one interviews.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy shooting video of my work days and stuff like that, but being on a time constraint where I have to have one out every 2 weeks is kind of, I feel like I'm not doing I'm not doing my best. I could provide way better.
Get it watered down.
Yeah, I could provide a way better experience if I'm doing it like I've got a month to shoot video, and then I can just release the best stuff from a month. That's what I just feel like it'll be better. And besides just giving the Patreon guys a discount and the Discord and all that shit, they'll have access and be able to and provide their input on the way that it's being shot. So I think that's going to be fun. I'm going to be honest with you, man. There is a extremely good. There's a slightly. There's a slight chance you might see Wet 'n Willie soon. You guys, there's a slight chance that you might see that. And the Bigfoot moment may rear its ugly head again. Your podcast rocks. TJ, Mark is the anchor. Thanks, buddy.
I gotta tell you, there was nothing more stellar when Richie Blue did those couple Bigfoot moments. They were so good.
Yeah, I told him, he's like, why don't you do the Bigfoot moment anymore? I was like, because you set the bar too fucking high.
Yeah, you did way, way, way high. That whole backdrop with the book.
Yeah, there's no way. What do you expect? How can I top that? You know, what am I gonna do? I can't. So, but yeah, I actually have. I even I invested in a new camera this year.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I can't get a Mac for a long time. Those are on back order, but that'll be coming soon too. Yeah.
Probably chip shortage or something.
I'm most likely. I'm not gonna. There's a certain version I want because of what I've got right now. It was cool for a little while, but I want one on steroids for what we do. Mm-hmm. I gotta have one on steroids. I'm gonna keep this one for video editing and stuff, but for the podcast, I need something. Pretty stout. So. Yeah. But my new camera's pretty dope. I got me a really nice vlog camera, so the video footage is gonna be better. So it's gonna be the GoPros, man. I'll be that, and that's another thing with the vlogs, like the YouTube videos. That's another reason why I have not been very vigilant with those, because GoPros are fucking garbage.
Are they?
I have. Jennifer bought me the last model before the one that came out this year. She bought it for me for Christmas. Spent like $500 on this thing.
Right, they're getting expensive.
Yeah,
obviously.
She spent a lot of money. It shoots in 4K, does the whole thing, and you can run it on 4K, but for maybe 2 minutes, and then the battery overheats and it shuts the camera down.
That's ridiculous.
So I went out and I spent I spent less money on this new camera that I have, and I ran it all day today. I ran it for almost 3 hours.
Wow.
On the highest setting with no problems.
Yeah.
So I was just like on one battery. I'm like, dude. But the GoPros are nice for action, like short action shots and stuff like that. You could just toss it in I could toss it in my pouch and go up a ladder and get on a roof, and I've got it right there. It's nice for that, and I'll keep them for that. But outside of that, it just got to be. Yeah, I looked at I don't want a refurbished one. I want a brand spanking new one. That's just That's just what I prefer.
Yeah, I never have luck with anything refurbished.
Yeah, neither have I. I had a refurbished PlayStation at one point, and it was a total pile of shit.
Yeah.
And I had a refurbished GoPro Hero Session 5, total piece of shit. I've bought several refurbished products, and I just, for what I'm doing, Jason, I had a brand new Mac, and I was putting it through its paces. So if I got a refurbished one, I just want the new one that came out recently is very nice. I've got the best processor. I got the most memory you can get in it, and that's just what I need. That's to do this show properly. That's what I need. Yeah. I got the upgraded camera. I got everything's upgraded. So when it comes in, I'll be fine with it. This will work. Chris Lambrinides helped me fix how this thing runs. So
nice.
Yeah, it runs a little better.
Really?
Yeah. There's a bunch of shit on there that didn't need to be on there, and I just, I'm a dumbass. You know what I mean? I don't know very much about computers. You know what I mean?
No, they're a big puzzle to me. No moving parts.
Listen, bro, I got that new camera. Took it out, started using it today. I barely could run it. I could barely work it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could barely
Put it in Uriah's hands.
I could barely work it. I come home today and I started reading the thing. I was like, oh, well, you know what? They give you this instruction booklet for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
getting past the first page, I'm just looking for how do I turn it on. After that, I know everything until you go to use it. You know?
Yeah. Well, dudes, March should be excellent. I think it's going to be a great time. I know this is going to be a little shorter than what we normally do, but Mark's got a big day ahead of him tomorrow. I have a pretty big day ahead of me tomorrow. So I think I'm probably... Are you okay with cutting this one here, Mark?
Yeah, we're good. With that? We're good. Yeah.
I mean, I apologize, guys, but I want to reassure you guys that what's coming up, winter's been super slow. I know the channel's been super slow, but March, some big shit's going to happen from March all the way through summer. There's going to be a lot of content from the podcast, the YouTube channel. You guys, I'm telling the Patreon guys probably think that that we're the biggest dickheads ever, especially me, but I promise you what's coming up on Patreon, I'm going to take it to another level this year. So
nice.
It's the content, the exclusive content for you guys is coming. I've finally gotten shit together. So the video stuff, I feel like this is probably going to be my best work.
Nice.
Yeah, it should be fun. Of course, Mark, you'll get to see it because we're friends. But I want to thank all the sponsors, windowcleaner.com. Of course, you guys know where to go to get your supplies. Windowcleaner.com is the place to go. Don't forget, what's also cool about March is going to be the release of Black Diamond Squeegee Rubber's Platinum T-Top Rubber. Mark, can you say anything bad about that rubber?
No, I have nothing bad to say about it. It's amazing. It's everything you want in a rubber. If you like Sorbo rubber, you're
gonna
right
love
up
this.
there with it. And you're gonna love the price
this.
point too.
Yeah, the price point is excellent. And if you're a Sorbo guy, you're going to love this rubber. I promise you that. And I can tell you this. Mark is a good barometer for this. When I was sent this rubber to test it out, I was like, I need to make sure Mark gets some of this. And Casper's like, oh, Mark's already got some. It's already headed his way. I wanted to make sure he got some. I'm like, cool. And then I asked Mark, I was like, what do you think about it? He's like, well, I got to be honest with you. I really like it. I'm like, I
was impressed. Yeah.
Well,
it's good stuff. It is really good stuff.
It's really, really good. It's a no-brainer. You guys are going to love that. So Black Diamond SqueegeeRubber.com. Go check them out. They're also available at windowcleaner.com. Zero.com. Go get you a pole, something like that for them. We want to thank them. Of course, Maker Products. How can we not say enough good things about Richie Blue?
Absolutely.
Richie Blue's actually on. He's going to be headed overseas soon. So
is he?
Yeah,
he's going to get.
There's some big things coming. Some big things coming. So
we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. And of course, go and subscribe to AmericanWindowCleaner.com. Go. You got to go get the magazine. Be a good chap. And go get stickers. That. Go get you some stickers and stuff. But we'll see you guys next week for the first week of March Madness. We'll see you guys. Peace, man.
Nice.